welcome to the Pitt Stop Podcast. I'm your host, E, aka our Money Bags. We got the Pitt crew in the house, man. Start on man, K Ego. What's up, bro?
What's good, man? What it do? What it do? Another
Hey,
episode. We here, man.
appreciate you, man. Hey. Shout out to the intro. Appreciate you. Hey, we got my man Rose McCray in the building. Tell him what we do, bro.
Hey, man, this is where we shoot the shit, talk about everything except politics.
Bing bong. And we got the man, the myth, the legend, Daryl Chill Mitchell. We missed you, bro. Thank you be here today, man. Miss you, brother.
Yeah, you know what it is, dog. When I'm grinding. But today, I had to be in the building. Special occasion, bro.
Look, we appreciate it, man. And we got a very, very, very special guest today, man. From the legendary group, brand Nubian. You've heard him on hits like Slow Down, All for One, Punch Them Up to Get Beat Down. If you don't know who this is, legendary Sadat X, man. Welcome to the Pit Stop, brother.
What up? Welcome.
Hey, I got my first question though. How'd you hook up with Daryl Chill Mitchell, man? How do y'all know each other, man?
Well, man, we came up in that time, man. It was a time, man, when groups was coming up in the city, man, where, it wasn't like the deluge that it is now, man. Like, you had to actually really be kind of nice to even be in the game. So you would run across brothers, you know what I'm saying? And hip hop wasn't the mall yet; it was still a boutique. So you run into brothers. Just connect.
I like them words. I like them words right there. I'm gonna use that in my next song.
All right.
Yo, that's heavy, bro. Yo, back these facts
from there, man. Bronx area. You know what I'm saying? So groups ran into each other like that on the come up.
Right. Yeah, that was I want to say a treasured moment in time, dog. That we was getting trained for a lot of things, man. A lot of things we were getting trained for in life, man. That it wasn't just about the business, bro. We was getting an education that was who knew? It wasn't no what I want to say. It wasn't no manuscript.
Word, no blueprint. We was making
it wasn't no blueprint. We was writing as we were going along, dog. And one thing I can say about y'all, bro, is if you ever listen to a brand Nubian song, which came to me when I got to Hollywood doing film and television, there's always a beginning, there's a middle, and there's an end. And y'all song. And I'm like, yo, I used to sit in my dressing room. You understand, bro? When I was doing my TV shows, I kept a map of the subways in a frame on my wall, bro.
Oh yeah, everybody did. Everybody had that map. That let you know where you was from. It kept you grounded. That map.
Yo, and y'all was like, dude, when I wanted to go away, or I was getting a little homesick, because I was out there. I went out there for 2 weeks, stayed for 10 years. Yeah. Yo, bro, I would lock in, man, and I would listen to y'all, man, and I would go on a trip, bro. And it would just take me where I needed to be, man. Then I would recharge my battery. And I'd be like, yo, y'all was with me, man. Y'all was there with me, bro.
That's what's up, man. It was that time. That's what's up.
Yes.
Hey, you know what I know about Chill, yo? You are a true fan of hip hop, brother.
Yeah, you a fan.
Yeah.
Yo,
I mean, your peers, but you're a fan first, yo.
That's what keeps me. That keeps my love of hip hop going. Is that I'm a fan. I still hear songs now that in my mind I'm like, damn, I wish I would have made that. That's a dope song. I wish I would have did that. But I respect the song for what it is and for who made it, young or old. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter to me. I just love hip hop. You know, I still love it.
But it seems like that's not era. Like y'all era. That's because y'all are really kind of like the blueprint. Y'all, like you said, y'all built the ship as it was sailing. So it wasn't no manuscript. It wasn't no blueprint. It seemed like because of that in hip hop is embedded in y'all. So y'all, like you're saying, that's why y'all still a fan of it. Where some of it is about making money. Some of it's just about being seen and everything like that. For y'all, it's a way of life. It just seems like that every time.
Well, what it is basically is we was members of the nation of Gods and Earth, the 5% nation. So they taught us to do the knowledge of ourselves, and they taught us to excel and be great, and whatever you wanted to do, you could do. But also, Our music came from the era of time we was in. So you got to understand, when we came out with that record, we was in the throes of the crack era. You understand? And if you came up in New York City at that time, I don't know about the other places because I was still in New York at that time. If you came up in the city at that time, somebody or your family or somebody you knew was affected by that. You
yes, sir.
Somebody was affected by that. You knew somebody that was affected by that. That's just how it was in New York. And it was a climate that was going on. You saw movies like Do the Right Thing and School Days and coming off Malcolm X, and certain events was happening in the city at the time. The Crown Heights riot out there in Queens, when the young boy went out there to buy a car and got killed. You know what I'm saying? So our music came out of that era. I think a lot of people got confused with our music that didn't know us, perhaps a lot of white people, because they thought that we hated white people. And it's not that we hated white people. We just had to save our brothers at that time. You understand? It was that era where we was like, we got to make something that could bring our brothers back together again, because it was getting crazy for a minute.
Yeah. Bring it to it, bro. Bring it to it. Woo. That's the bottom line truth, man. Yo, I remember one time, like you said, affected. My brother was out there for a minute. And yo, he ran home, dog. Yo, shut the door. They after me. Yo, we shut all the lights off. Everybody sitting in the house quiet. We all peeking out the window, trying to make sure they ain't coming in the house. There was nobody after him, dog. He was just on the trip. We all looking. I'm like, yo, get the shotgun. I'm ready to get it. I don't know what's going on.
It was like that, man. And the thing is, our music was coming out of the crack era where a lot of people, they don't understand, because I was in the Bronx and I was around. When crack first came out, it was a party drug. Niggas being party rolling up. It's when you start seeing the lingering effects of like, okay, they're not putting it in weed no more. I seen somebody with a stem now, and I'm like, wait, now we getting ready to get a little crazy where you see somebody's mom's outside or your principal from school, and you be like, hold on.
Yeah,
they start stealing, and that was the era of breaking in cars and taking the radio. So that's where we came out of that, man. New York was a hellhole for a little while, man, a hellhole.
Hey, yo, I tell people all the time, I tell people all the time, yo, it's so different. We was rapping to get rich. Now you got to be rich to rap.
There you go. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
Like, dog, you know the thing, what he was saying, dog, every fiber of our being was influencing our music, good and we in the back. Nobody was up, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so everybody could relate to that. Because we all knew, you know, that the crack era was, you know, everybody was rhyming, rapping about. Now, Groove Be Chill, we weren't them dudes at that. We weren't that dude, you know what I mean? But you know, the thing that connected us to y'all real strong was Rakim.
Yeah.
That makes sense,
Because you know, I went to school with Raw. Me and Rakim went to school together. So when he started talking about Opposite in the Nation and all that kind of stuff, then y'all started talking it. Did y'all put in your video? We was like, yo, that's the whole thing. They don't, and I tell Rod all the time, I'm like, yo, dog, I said, you need to go somewhere and get ordained, bro. Because every time, all you do, even in his new album called Rebirth, God's Network, I'm like, dog, you talking something, and in his new album, he doing the same thing, and I'm like, dude, you could be doing songs and getting albums, you ain't got to pay tax, because you talking religion in your music, and y'all was doing the same thing, so it caught our attention, bro. So on the street level, religion level, everything, our whole being was being put in the music, man. We were speaking to each other.
That's a fact, man.
Deep,
that's a fact. What I feel with our music too, when we came out, what made me feel kind of good about it, or the greatest achievement of some of our success, is that a lot of brothers, when they talk about that period of time, and when we put out that music in their lives, a lot of dudes was like, yo, I was doing bad at that time.
Oh,
I heard y'all stuff, and y'all made me feel like I could be better. Y'all made me feel like I was a king. Or a lot of dudes, I was locked up then, man, but y'all came and y'all was talking, and you was talking about the black man is the original man and this and that. And I went and studied and this and that, and that brought me out of the throes of desperation. So that's one of the greatest things. Beyond the monetary value, it's just that we was able to reach so many people in such a positive way. That's what I think still gave us our staying power and what make us last and still do shows to this day.
And I think that's the power of hip hop. Like some of the people some people in this country, they go through the worst of the worst, and they tend to think that they alone, that they're the only ones going through it. But to hear rappers like y'all that rap about it, it kind of make it brings that connection. And,
definitely.
And it makes y'all. I mean, y'all represent the community, and y'all are like legends to us, man. So big up to y'all, man. One of the questions I wanted to ask was who were some of your early inspirations in hip hop?
Oh man, well, you gotta remember, like I came out when it was still growing, man. So I can remember, like when I was still in the Bronx as a young dude. Like I remember when they used to just play parties, and the MC would just say it wasn't even really rhyming yet. He would just say things like "everybody on the floor" or "everybody to throw your hands in the air." So that was just being outside and seeing the energy. Right. You understand? Seeing the energy and people outside having a good time, and like in the morning, you see dudes bringing the speakers out, wheeling them out, and setting up and roping off the area and knowing which pole got the electric so you can plug into the pole. So that was it. And then when I really start seeing groups, I would have to say one of the first times I really seen groups. I had moved to New Rochelle by then, and they had a place called Remington Boys Club, and I remember the Cold Crush came there. You understand? Where I had them on a cassette tape. Because you got to remember, when you had them cassette tape, it wasn't no IG, it wasn't no TikTok, wasn't no Facebook. So when you got that tape was gold. It was gold. And when dudes came to the crib, you might move your tape like you're I'm a code now. I gotta move this. I can't even leave this out, yo. This might get right. When they used to pop, it would be surgeons. If you couldn't do it, it was somebody in the building that could take all the screws out and put it back together again on the little spool, and then put the cassette back together again. Those was gold.
Hey. Yo, Don, I tell people, my first introduction to hip hop, they asked me what's my favorite hip hop song, and I said, "Save the Overtime for Me" by Gladys Knight. That break in the middle. I said because the R&B was our hip hop.
Yeah.
I remember when the DJ was like, when he was like playing Evelyn Champagne King, he said, "Shame, shame." Bruh, I lost it. Like, and yo, my first real DJ was Grand Wizard Theodore. Because we used to live on 171st and 3rd Avenue, which is right by Katona Park. My aunt lived on 170th Street between Franklin and Fulton, and the park right there was PS 65. And bro, he was in there. I was at that time I was living in Long Island, like how y'all moved to Rochelle, but I was coming back to the Bronx every summer because that's all my friends was that. I was a Bronx baby, so I had to be out there. So we would go back and forth, and I seen Grand Wizard Theodore, dog. I was stuck, like, so. Yo, I would go back to Long Island, dog. That's why I first seen break dancing in that park.
Yeah.
Everything, bro. And I was like, yo, so when people ask, what's your inspiration? I'm like, yo, Evan Champagne King. I'm like, that was now if you ask what my first rap song, King Tim the Third. That's that's me right there.
King Tim the Third. Yeah, I remember King Tim.
Tell me what I want to do. My first with the Fatback Band, I was just like, I gotta do this.
Yeah, definitely.
So, bro, that's why I'm like, but that's why when, bro, dude, you don't understand. Y'all, dude, is, bro, that I can't wait till y'all do the documentary, man.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it because like Evelyn Champagne was your influence. Like my uncles and them, I remember them playing. Remember the 45 James Brown 45 with his face on it?
Man, you better stop playing with me. You better stop playing with me, dog.
That was my hip hop. They would come in. I remember it'd be about 4 of them. They'd get some wine, smoke a little weed, put on James, and start doing their little dances. And
hold up, Doc. They didn't put it on the record player. They put it on the hi-fi.
There you go, on the hi-fi. Right there.
Hi-fi, boy. We had no record player. Hi-fi. And my uncle got fancy. He had a reel in his, boy.
There you go.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Doc, come on, man. You bringing us home now, dog. Come on, keep going, dog. Keep going.
Since we talking about the music and everything like that, I seen your dad was big in music and everything, like had a lot of music. And I also see he bought your first turntables. How did that when you fell in love with hip hop? Like, what made you fall in love with hip hop? Because like I seen like your dad, he was a music guy.
One day out of the blue, he just came home and he had some turntables and a mix. And I remember the mixer, it wasn't even a crossfader one; it was just up and down. So I had to do like just blends and make my own contraption cut, but I was the only one who had it on my side of town in my hood at that point. And dudes would come to my house and I remember we used to play the records, just play different records. And I never forget, we had a cookout one time at the crib in their show. And one of my pops, his son came, he was a little older than us. And he was going through my records and he was like, yo, you got 2 of these. And we was like, yeah, so what? He said, listen, you got 2 of these. And I remember it was rock steady. And he would, and I still was blending. He went rock, big steady.
Hey.
So after that, I was like, yo, I gotta find doubles of everything.
Nice.
Oh, that's crazy.
Hey, hold on. How did y'all form Brand Nubian though?
Well, what it was, man, like, all right, New Rochelle is right on the cusp of Mount Vernon and New Rochelle in the Bronx. On a good day, if you feeling good, you can walk from the Bronx to New Rochelle. So it's literally that close. But in that town, you know, it's a pretty big town, but the hip hop circle was small. And you know, at that time when we was coming up, Pooh Bah's a little older than us. Okay. So he was like the local top man at that time. He was like beginning to do shows in different places, and they formed Masters of Ceremony at first. He had a group, Masters of Ceremony. They had Cracked Out and, you know, a couple of other songs, and me and Jamal was on the come up. So what would happen is we would go to the studio and we might have 8 hours, and Pooh Bah give Jamal 4 hours and me 4 hours. And we wasn't a group then. And he'll work on 4 hours with me, 4 hours with Jamal, and we go on and do what we do. It's when we start going to Allerton Avenue, the Jazzy J studio, Strong City. Yeah. We went there, and by chance something happened, and we got on the track together. And since Pooh Bah already had the inroads to the record industry downtown, he took it downtown to Dante Ross, who at the time was at Tommy Boy, and we was going to do something with Tommy Boy, but then he was like, hold on, I'm getting ready to move to Elektra. So he took it to Elektra, and it was like literally a span of maybe 8-9 months, and we had a deal. We had a deal before we were offered just one song we made off of a demo.
Damn.
You know,
come on.
One demo.
So I hear you talk about New Rochelle. Can you tell me about the New Rochelle library? I heard there's a lot of.
Oh yeah, but that was the spot. It was the library was new. It was central. It was right in the middle of town. Easy accessible from Jamal was on the west side on by the water. Pooh Bah was in the Jets. I was by the other side, and it was just easy accessible, and that's where everybody would just come rhyme and have ciphers.
So who at that library? Who, like, when you heard some of the illest bars, like, what was something you heard from somebody you said, God, like, it just shocked you? Because, like, you could spit.
It was a couple of dudes, man, and then also in the projects. Because I remember one time in the project, back before when we was coming out, I remember DMX came through he had his dogs with him, and he rides right there. And this was before he came from Yonkers to New Road. Somehow he wound up in Yonkers and spit some bars one time. He was like, yo, son.
I heard he dogs anyway, didn't he? Yeah. I just recently saw him in the picture in the club with the dog there. This is like in the early 90s with the club with the dog though.
He was with the dog all the time. If you see him, he had the dog with him. Well, with the big heavy chain on him, he had the dog.
I heard X had a dog with him doing a battle and had the dog participate like like say a line in one of his.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, like I heard that too. Like I heard he had the dog. He said something and the dog growled, and he was like,
yeah.
But like I really thought it was like a myth that them. I mean, I know he always had his dogs because of videos and all that. But like I kind of thought, but then hearing you saying it, like I would have felt like you said, yeah, that's crazy.
He had the dogs with him, man, and it was crazy, man. Like like at the time, Westchester was a little collective. At the time, New Rochelle and Mount Vernon, which is right next to each other, really didn't get along. You understand? Like, so I remember going. Pooh took me to Pete crib, and Pete was in Mount Vernon, and he was Mount Vernon, and I went with Pooh, and at first it was a little tension with me and Pete because we didn't really mess with dudes from the Vernon sometimes like that. At least I did. You know what I'm saying? So we got together, and then Pete was my greatest. CL Smooth was in grade school. We went to the same grade school together. Then he moved, I think, to Mount Vernon and Queens and back again. But it was a little collective up there.
It's
what Heavy D was in Mount Vernon.
Heavy D, Mary was in Yonkers, everything. A lot of people up there.
Like I'm just hearing you talk about these people, like just
that's crazy.
Pete Riley, CL Smooth, man. Like it's just crazy how like y'all just. It just seems like it's just regular cats to y'all regular people, but to us, people, you know what I mean?
Go there and Pete hook something up right then and there for you.
Pete first production on any album in the game was on our album, Ruby Chuck.
Wow.
First joint. He had beat, but I'm talking about got it on a record that was on the label. It was
If Pete mastered that 1200, boy, he could chop things up like you couldn't believe it. You'd be like, damn, Pete chopped this shit up like this.
That boy nice.
That Diamond there, I've known Diamond for 35 years. I'm the Diamond at Jazzy J Studio. Yeah. That's been my man to this day, no question.
Wow.
It's just crazy how close y'all was with some of the rappers in the game. Like, it's just crazy. Like, you think, like, because, you think about New York and you hear all the hip-hop stories, especially when you guys started out. But you be like, oh, yeah, man, me and him was rocking. We was in high school. And then me and him, we was, he lives up the block from me. And you're like, damn, y'all really know these people. Like, it ain't just like meeting them, meeting them through the industry.
Right. Yeah.
We when we rock. Hey, yo, Doc, let me ask you a question, dog. I tell people all the time. One of the things when I speak to new artists, I say the hustle and the bustle of the creativity of what we went through, it helped form us as an artist that make us, once we hit that stage, gave us a whole full appreciation for the hard work we put in, the hours we put in. I said, one thing, you know what I miss, man? I miss the smell of the real, bro.
Yeah, all that, man, just hearing the whirring sounds and everything, just the sounds of it spinning and shit. Yeah.
Oh, it's all of that, bro. I'm like, yo, y'all don't understand that. I believe that everything now is so sterile.
Yeah.
That it's just it's cleansing.
The soul is taken away from it, man. They done took the soul out of it. I used to like the records to hear some of them pops in it. That's what made the record. That let you know that record was somewhere and they played that joint. You know what I'm saying? If it still had the pops on it and everything. You
played it with the crack and the pops and everything else. You sampled that noise, that crackling sound, bro. I was teasing Rob about that. I said your album, I give it about an A. I would have had an A+, but I don't hear no crackling sounds in it, dog. But real talk, man. It's like I tell them all the time, just catching the train from Long Island to Manhattan, and you out there all day long, and you waiting, you get there early before your studio time at Chung King, and you sitting outside in the park, and you went, dog, all of that, man. So, and when you hit that stage and you see the crowd roar, bro, it makes all of that, the arguing we had, all of that, it make it all come together, man. All of that.
And you have to be on point, man, because I came from an era where shit, if you got on the microphone, especially if you was at any type of community center outside the park, if you got on the mic and it didn't sound right, the other dude would be like, hey, yo, turn homeboy mic off. Turn it off.
Turn it off.
Turn it off. never come back here again.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
You already knew, like, yo, it wasn't like you go like, no, hold on. I got it. No, hold on. Yo, let me get my phone. Hold on. I got no. One time I remember Pooh used to be like, yo, your first time is your first time. You fuck that up, hey, I don't know what to tell you. So I would always make sure wherever we was going, I was on point. I had a couple of go-to rhymes, so I would be on point, man, because I was like, yo, once I got to get on. So once I get on, I got to figure out a way to stay on.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, then you got Pooh, man. Pooh stepping up behind that dude. Goddamn, man. You got to step in game when you got him.
Yeah, and he was older, and so he had a little more. He was a
vet, so he had a little more inroads. Mm-hmm.
So that one,
and the thing I say now too, Doc, with your voice, man, that distinctness in your voice, man.
Yeah, we talked about that.
I said now in the era, I said they didn't think about it then, but now like you should have had major offers from voiceover work because your voice is so distinguished.
Yeah, and I still want to get into that. I still got to figure out a way to get into that. I gotta do the knowledge on that and figure out a way.
Yeah, we gonna talk, bro, because now it's like, yo, I look at cats like, yo, like Happy Feet. When they was like, yo, I think Fat Joe, somebody's in Happy Feet. The cartoon. Yeah, man.
I know Fat Joe.
Yeah. Because they tried it, and I think Tracy Morgan, somebody went crazy. I gotta watch it again and read the credits, but your voice, man, bro, you got something like all these different movies like Jamie Foxx and all of them, dog. It's like I when I sit and I listen to you, I'll be like, Dad, this dude should have been a voiceover work. But who thought about it? Nobody thought about it.
And see, the thing is, when we first came out, I remember Jay, he was like, yo, man, your voice is, I don't know, man, we gotta do something with it. And I was like, damn, man, like, but then like as it came and I guess it matured, you know, it became more of my characteristic. Because at first I was like, maybe my voice is a hindrance, you know what I'm saying? Because maybe, you know, I'm supposed to stimulate, but then I said, nah, you know, like my main thing was coming in like for my peers at the time, Rakim, Kane, Kool G Rap. I loved all of them, but I didn't want to be them. I wanted to be me. But I loved them for just who they was. You understand what I'm saying?
Of course.
A lot of kids, at my job at work, a lot of kids, they be like, well, yo, I'm gonna try to rhyme like this and like that. Like back when we was coming up, like you admired everybody, but you didn't have a whole, imagine if you had a whole bunch of raw copycatters or a whole bunch of rap copycatters. There was no way you could copy those. You understand?
You couldn't even look the same, dog.
You couldn't. You couldn't.
Yo, nobody could copy my hat, bro. That was you were dead. Well, I mean, in a simple name, Chill. It was the only guy was Chill Rob G and me.
Yeah, like it wasn't a whole bunch of like you couldn't just be fad no for people because somebody would that was in the era when somebody might just come check you like yo man like yo.
Oh, believe that.
Like how you doing that? And you'd have to be able to explain.
Yo, they had to have that.
That's why we call that the golden era, man, because everything's original, super competitive, and you know, like I said, during that time period, it was a lot of great rappers that were good and distinctive in their own right. They all had their own movements.
Yeah.
And for you, you know, you had a song called "Come On" with Big.
Yeah.
And like you and Chill talked about the essence of being in the studio and smelling the reels. And back then, rappers that did songs with each other, they got in the studio, they sat down, they ain't come out there until they had something.
Yeah, me and Big, we sat there, we smoked a box of blunts, we had about 4 bottles of champagne, and we sat there and did the joint. And it's crazy because I was sitting there writing my joint down like they playing it, and Big would just smoke and just be walking around, and you see and then he'd be like, yo, I got it. And I'd be like, yo, got it. Like, you ain't writing nothing. He's like, I got it. You go right into the booth and knock that thing out.
Yeah.
Is that the first? Is he the first artist you see do that? Because you know you hear a lot of artists now saying that.
He was definitely one of the first, man. Like I didn't see him write nothing down. They said he wrote before, and maybe that day, but that day I watched him and he just kept mumbling some stuff to himself, smoke, take a drink, and he went in there and knocked it out.
Dang.
Great.
It's called talent, man.
Yeah. That's what that is. God given.
That's where he wrote the original. I got 7 Mac 11s.
Yeah.
He wrote that. That's what he came out with. That's how I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. I always wanted to hear how that came about, man.
Yeah.
Yo. So how y'all so the group y'all had it's dominant personalities. Because Lord Jamal dominant personality, Grand Pooba was Grand Pooba. How'd y'all keep it together, man? I know Pooba went away for a little bit, but how'd y'all for the long time? How y'all keep it together?
It was hard. It was hard. From males, not even on front. It was very hard.
How many fights did y'all have?
It was like you fight with your brother.
Yeah.
Like you fight with your brother, y'all be mad at each other, but you still love your brother. You ain't gonna let nobody else fight him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was more of a thing like that. And like I told you, when you got a lot of groups, like when you hear their story, they be like, yo, we was a group for 5 years and we struggled and we finally came out and made it. Well, I told you, we had a deal within a matter of months. We hadn't been a group like that. We became a group when we wrote that album, basically.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Sadat, DJ Alamo, how'd you meet him?
Well, my father and Alamo's father grew up in Lincoln Projects in Harlem. They actually grew up together. You know what I'm saying? Like different floors, but in the same building. They grew up together. Where I never not known Alamo. Like,
okay,
I got like pictures of us as babies together. Like he is my only friend that I've always known. I've never not known him. I didn't meet him. I just knew him forever, no doubt.
Gotcha. Was he the first one to hear you ever rap and say like you got it? You should.
Yeah, Rob. Yeah, I would say Ali. Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah.
So,
that's great.
Hey, are you still into the wine? I know you was on wine corner, so you still into the wine?
Well, I'm in the process of rebranding. Me and my partner Will Tell, because what happened was we used to be in the studio, and he used to just film us in the studio working, making music. And one day, I guess we started drinking. We were drinking some Hennessy that day. And he filmed it, and it was funny. He said, I'm going to post it. And he posted it, and we did a couple of episodes doing the Henny. But when you, after a while, you start drinking Henny, man, that thing start coming down on you. So we was like,
yeah,
let's smooth it out. It was a day it was snowing. Nobody felt like going to the store to get no Hennessy. So he had a bottle of wine. And we filmed us drinking the wine and doing that. And we did a couple of those. We get a bottle of wine. Where an actual wine guy saw it, he was like, if y'all ever get serious about wine, holla at me. And his name was Gino. We went out to Pennsylvania to the winery to actually learn the nuances of making wine and stuff like that. And within a year or two, we came up, we had a deal, a winemaking deal. We actually Will went out to Italy and got the grapes and went to the different regions, and we had a good run with it. It was the first run. And we learned a lot of do's and don'ts. And this second time around, I think we're a little bit more knowledgeable, so I think we'll do a lot better.
Yeah, bring that back. I can see that.
Yeah, bring that back.
That was fire, dog.
I'm in the wine myself now, so bring that back. I want to see what y'all drinking on, man.
So what's your favorite wine? What's your go-to wine?
Well, we had a nice cab, man. We had a Cabernet that was really nice. We had a Riesling that was really nice. It wasn't too sweet, wasn't too sour. It was right along that fringe line. So
Riesling can be pretty sweet.
Yes, but see, we didn't want it to be too sweet.
Right.
We wanted it to be just that touch of sweetness where it just touches, but not too much. Where a lot of times you drink them sweet drinks, you get sick after a while. So we was like, we want to keep it nice and even keeled.
Yeah,
I'm a cab guy.
Young girls gotta learn how to drink Moscato. Moscato is a dessert wine. She's drinking Moscato all day.
That's Kenny drink. Kenny drink Moscato. He like Moscato. And he like teleport. He like Moscato and teleport.
Okay. A teleport to put you down until you drink.
Put all my business out there.
Heavy ass Taylor bottle, you can drop that shit and it ain't gonna break. You got that heavy bag. Hell yeah.
Yeah, put all my business out there. That's how we do. Great.
I'm just saying. So I got a question about this because it's a culture thing. Like we always talk about culture.
Yeah.
And when we talk about culture for us, because we're younger than y'all, Martin was our culture.
Oh yeah.
So as you know, when he was fighting Tommy Hitman.
Oh yeah, that was a classic episode.
How did you feel about that? Like Punk jump up to get beat down,
and that was
while he was training.
Right around that time. That's what made it even doper, man. And actually, we seen him at one time at a comedy show, and we was like, "Yo, man, that was pretty dope, man. We appreciate that, man. That was dope."
Did y'all know he was gonna do it? Did he clear it?
Nah, I didn't even know. All of a sudden, we just seen it like, and they compensated us and did all the paperwork, but it just came on one day, like, oh shit.
I never forget that scene.
Every time I hear that song, I think about what Martin.
I never forget that scene. He told him, Punk jump up to get beat down.
Yeah, that's still, man, Martin, man. That classic, man. That's gonna be one of our classics, man. Definitely one of our classics.
Is that when was that one of those made it moments? Because Martin,
that was pretty dope, man. Pretty dope.
Okay.
So, that shit was so funny.
Hey, what's the craziest place y'all performed? You been over somewhere, you be like, yo, why the hell am I here? How did I get here?
The craziest place where we performed was in Lagos, Nigeria. And this is the Nigeria before this Nigeria now.
Trust me.
Excellence Nigeria. This was Nigeria when they were still having government takeovers and shit.
Oh, we heard about Nigeria.
Yeah, we went over there.
We had video on him from Naughty by Nature, dog. Yo, he was telling us about Nigeria, bro.
Yeah.
So now you gotta give us your story, Doc. What happened, man?
Well, I knew it was gonna be crazy when we got off the plane, and I had on like some camouflage pants. And like they ran up on me and was grabbing my pants like soldier. We had the dude that came to meet us, like he's standing there, and I'm like, yo, man, you know the lingo, speak up, man. Like, let him know I ain't no soldier. And he was like, yo, they said you gotta take those off. And I had to literally go in the bathroom and take my camouflage pants off. And then, like, I remember they paraded us through the town where we was gonna do the show, but then at night, like you could hear like sporadic, like off in the distance, like sporadic gunfire, pop, 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 pop. And they just came the next day like, yo, it ain't gonna be no show. Now, mind you, we out there for 5 days. We were sitting around for them days like, yo, what the fuck, man? Like, it was crazy out there. But the last day, dude just dropped us off. You know, we waited to get the plane for like 13 hours. So he dropped us off like 5 o'clock in the morning. We ain't leave till like 11 at night. So we were all day and ain't nothing to do. He was like, yo, that was before this new Nigeria. I'd like to go back now.
Hey, yo, hold on, that. Jay, you thinking the same thing I'm thinking? They was with the same dudes.
Might have been, man. Might have been.
I'm saying about
it sounds real familiar, right?
Yeah, it do.
Man, it sounds real familiar, bro. Yo, Vinny had us here. Telling us about Nigeria. The dude punched dude in the face. Yo, he grabbed this dude out the bushes. Yo, dog. Man.
We said they got a plan time.
We told him to give up. It was like, yo, y'all need something? He was like, you ain't got no smoke. He bought us some smoke, and it was like some real swag. We was like, nah, we need something stronger than this smoke. He said, stronger? Say less. Yo, he came back with a big ball of hard rock crack cocaine. We was like, not that. Nah, not that, yo.
Those same people.
He said stronger.
Those are the same people.
You didn't say crack, yo.
That had to be the same dude, man.
No,
gotta be.
Vinny told us they caught a flat tire. And they got out and they just lifted the truck up. And just checked the down.
Yo, it was crazy. Like, and I remember we was driving somewhere, and like you could see, like on the side, dudes was betting, and they had no joke. They had a hyena with a thing around his neck, and a baboon on the other side with a thing around his neck. And like they would say something, and they'd roll him out, and they'd come out and do that, and then they pull him back in again. The dudes was throwing money. I was like, "Yo, what the fuck is this?"
I've never seen those
Had
shit
a
like
baboon and a hyena fight, dog.
Wow.
See a baboon and a hyena.
That's crazy, yo.
Man.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Yo,
Nigeria.
how was y'all? I know y'all performed in China. I mean Asia. You know,
Yeah. Japan was
like
always
Japan.
good. The Asian spot's always good. Just them little ass beds over there, you know. And this probably different, you know. Like they done modernized a little bit. But when we first was going to Japan, they had them tight ass little beds and stuff. But one thing about Japan, they always so nice and respectful, and they always want the best for you. And they go fully all out for you. Man, I love going to Japan.
Dope, bro. Yeah, everybody love going to Japan,
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
Yo, dog. This is
Got
crazy.
12 solo albums. Not including the albums that you've done with Brand Nubian and not including the songs you've done with everybody else. Man, can you speak to your longevity in hip hop? Like, how you feel about that, man?
Well, I think that my longevity in hip hop is due to, number one, my love for hip hop. Number two is being willing to take that certain direction. You understand? Because a lot of dudes, it's either their way or the highway. Sometimes you got to take direction. You know, like this last couple of albums I've been doing with my man out of Cali, my man Doughboy Networks. He do a lot of stuff with Rock Marcy and Jay Worthy and them dudes. And
Jay Worthy.
Yeah, Jay Worthy. Yeah, me and him got a couple of joints together. And that's just the new blood, you know what I'm saying? Because when I'm able to do joints with them, it keeps me on my toes. And I'm not trying to be in their lane, but you know, if we can combine our lanes together, if he can put his lane with my lane, we can make a road. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
you know, I like to do stuff, and I've always been willing to take direction, and I still sincerely love hip hop.
That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. Who do you like right now? Like out of the new generation, if you listening to them, like who? Anybody particular that you?
It's a bunch of dudes. Like I like Rock Marcy, and even dudes younger than him, Jay Worthy, and them dudes. I did a song with somebody from out in Cali named Raheem. That's one of DJ Muggs' people. Yeah. So you know, like I like those dudes because I like their energy. I always tell people, like, see, a lot of the OGs, man, what I don't like is like they stuck in the old way. You understand? And everything changes, whether you want it to or not. It changes. Time changes. You understand? Right. A lot of times I say, listen, if you want to be mad at somebody, be mad at your mother and father for having you 40 years too soon. That's what
I know that's
do,
right.
Man. It's like,
I know that's right.
You know, and it's like you can. The thing is, you can tell the young boy stuff, but you got to tell them in a way you can't condescend to them because it's their time.
Yeah.
It's time. And just like I went through, they're the young bulls, and the young bulls got to go through the path of life and figure it out their way. You give them a little guidance. Sometimes you tell them, because what I've seen with young brothers is, and it's a simple thing of down here, I'm in Raleigh. I go to the store in Raleigh. You see a bunch of young boys in front of the store. You see them. They see you. You coming in the store. Yo, what up, fellas? Y'all good? 9 times out of 10, they're going to be, yo, we good, OG. This and that. And those young boys, when I've been in Raleigh in the store, they be like, OG, don't even come out yet. Dudes is out here shooting. Stay out here. All right, OG, go to your car now. Those would be the same young boys that look out for you. They just want to know, you know, a lot of times that you see them, they see you speak, you get a rapport with them. You know what I mean? You tell them, listen, shorty, I saw what you did over there. You might want to do a little different this time. This could happen, but do it how you do it. I just tell them, look up in the sky. You know, y'all got all these things around. It ain't like when I was coming up, you could do some bullshit and might get away with it. Now, these things is everywhere, so just be aware of that.
You can't get away with nothing with the cell phone now. If you get a cell phone, you forgot.
Yo, Doc, one of the things that I want to touch on, bro, that I find extremely impressive is the fact that I think a lot of artists now, well, no, I'm not gonna say now, but the fact that you being seen as working a job was like it was deemed like unsuccessful. Am I hitting on something?
Yes.
Like they would be like people didn't understand that, bro.
Yeah.
And when I see you go to work, and then I see you hit the stage, Like they don't understand it. I guess I respect it because I'm a family man. I got a wife, I got kids, so I respect the whole. When dog, I ain't lying, bro. I got a TV show right now, bro, and I look at you, make me want to just go to Walmart and be a greeter. Like, yo, like, how you doing? Good afternoon. Welcome to Walmart. Yo, I'm just so impressed with the fact that, yo, you grind and you got in your job, yo, that you be in the lab doing your thing and you clean and you be, and yo, wake up in the morning, yo, I'm on my way to the grind, and yo, y'all get out here, do what you got to do, take care of family, yo, bro, that, and I'm like, yo, but I'm saying to myself, this dude is legendary, but at the same time, legendary.
Yeah.
Yo,
it's crazy, man. And see, the thing is, man, I say a lot of times is, man, like I've seen with the generation just above me and with my generation, like it's a lot of dudes struggling right now. Like they're holding a facade, and I know a lot of dudes, and they holding the facade, and they still struggling and trying to do this. Listen, it is no pension plan. It's no dental. It's no health. You know what I'm saying? It's no retirement fund. It's no 401k in this thing. You know, so you got to take steps to ensure when the music stops, and the music don't have to stop. You can do it forever as you want to, as we grow on. You know, it's hip hop is but 60, 70 years, so it's still defining itself. You got compositions from Beethoven, Chopin, these people that's 300-400 years old that people are playing. So hip hop is still defining itself, and it's still finding certain chambers, different chambers. There's a Melly Mel and Grandmaster Caz chamber. There's a Brand Nubian and Rakim and Coogee Rap chamber. There's a Dipset chamber, Wu-Tang chamber right under.
I see where you're going with it.
Yeah, I see that.
You know, a lot of times as you get older, it gets a little harder. Now, like a lot of these kids came into more money deals than we came into. But I tell them, if you can't manage $1, you can't manage $1 million. Tell them, trust me, the tax man is gonna get theirs. If trust me, and
regardless,
and they'll take theirs regardless.
Yep.
However you do it, you try to get on that plane, and then like, sir, your passport is messed up, and you drive, sir, step out the car, your license is suspended. They'll find ways to get at you. You understand? It ain't gonna just be you getting over. So you know, a lot of it is preparation for the future. Plus, I found a job that I liked. I went to school for it, so I'm certified to do it. I work from 7 to 3, and then the rest of the day I can do what I want to do. I mean, come September, I got 5 years in. That's the first pension kick in. You understand? That's the first pension kick in. So I'm saying, like, now I know, like, okay, well, if something happened, at least I know I got a little security. You know, I can still do my work. Supposed to have 7 streams of income anyway. So you're always supposed to have multiple streams of income. So it's only smarter. I tell these young kids at my job sometimes about the rap, I said, don't be fooled. A lot of time the jewelry's fake. The cars is not there. If the house ain't in your name, it ain't your house. You understand? If you can't show me something that has your name on this property, it's not yours. I don't care what it looks like on TV. You understand? I did a TV show before. I know what they do. I'm trying to tell you.
Right. Yeah, that's one. Go ahead.
I was saying we just saw the interview. I just saw the interview with Tyrese on the Breakfast Club. He broke that down. Yo, he was like, yo, he was hurt. Like he said he was on the Masked Singer. He was like, yo, I was crying inside that mask. Like, yo, they don't know how much I need that check.
Yeah.
And you're looking at Tyrese like, yo, you did Fast and Free. Like, you made tens and tens of millions of dollars, yo.
And you're right. Because he talked about it. He said, when he said he took the jury off, he said, man, I bought this 20 for $23 off Amazon. This shit don't mean nothing to me. He said, I done left $250 million. He said $250,000 earrings in the hotel. That shit means nothing, man. That shit, he said that shit mean nothing to me. Like, and I was like, that's crazy, man. Like, I seen that shit though.
Yeah, that shit was real. Yeah, but for him to be that level where he was at and to come out there and say that, it just shows like it be a lot of dudes out there like they just be faking though, yo.
Like that said, man, a lot of cats is hurting, dog. Yeah. A lot of cats is hurting, and they trying to keep up with that facade, and it's like, yo, dog, you can still do this, and go get a substantial, a steady job, that maintain yourself, dog. I had a job, but when I was starting to come out in hip hop, and when we did house party, bro, I ain't make no money in house party. I had to come back and go to work. And good thing it was cool because my boss was cool. He was like, yo, come on, you know. And then when I had to go on promotional tours, he let me go. Then I come back. But when I came back, I put that grind in, man, because I knew I wanted to make sure I could always come back, man. And and even after I pop with television and everything, I still go home and visit that dude, man, and be like, yo, cuz
in about 5 to 10 years, you're gonna see a demographic of dudes that's gonna be twisted. Older rapper dudes that tried to hang on and stayed too long. Now you gotta find something to do. Now it's gonna be that much harder. It's gonna be that much harder because you don't have no type of skill set. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna go to a job and you're gonna be like, yeah, you've been doing this for this year, but what can you add to us at 60 years old?
Come on, dog.
8 years old. What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Going back to Tyrese. You said that chain was $23
on Amazon, bro. Go get you one. There you go. Yeah, on Amazon. Go get you one. Hey, not real talk though. Real talk.
So you can flex. He gonna need to flex.
I hate him, man. I hate him.
No, I mean you say yeah, all right. Go ahead.
Listen though. Not hey, chill this for you though. Not the shift gears though, right? Not the shift gears.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Not the shift gears.
Yeah.
I see you play point guard at Howard down here in the city. You know what I'm saying? So you was a hooper, like you was a ball. You had to be a bucket.
See, the thing is, man, when I went down there, I got lost in the scene, man. That DC thing is a serious thing, boy.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's a serious thing, boy. You get them girls down there, you should be like, I need my hair and nails done, so you have to keep up with them. And the first night we got to Howard University, the first night I got there, we right on Georgia Avenue. The dorm is on Georgia Cook Hall.
Georgia Avenue.
We walking up the block, and we be like, yo, we see a couple of dudes. We like, yo, where's it to go? Like, what's going on tonight? They're like, your show, the black hole up the block. That joint going on.
Oh, the black hole.
We go up the block. They was when we first went in there, they was playing music. But we know about go-go. Why they got band shit set up on the stage?
You know about go-go, like, Doc.
Then all of a sudden they play like a horn. Woo! Then
oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'm hooked.
Oh, Doc, you know about our go-go. You know about
that's the culture. That's the culture at home, man.
You know about the culture. Did you ever get experience?
I got the beef and broccolis down there, the Timberland.
You took it back, man.
When I went back up to New York, niggas laughed at my joints. They was like, yo, what's those? This 2-3 months later, they was in New York.
Everybody had them. Yep.
Hey, so Doc,
hey, we heard it from Doc.
I heard it from Doc. Because they from DC and they were trying to tell me. I'm like, nah, man, we had them in New York. They're like, nah, man, we had it down in DC, man. All right, y'all got that.
Georgetown, and Hogates and all that. Yeah, DC.
Holgate, yeah.
Did you ever get did you get the chance to experience Georgia Avenue Day?
Oh yeah, definitely. I remember they used to have the Madness shirts and the Go-Go Mickey.
Oh, okay. All right, you was in the mix. You was in the mix.
Yeah. From here. And you honorary DC.
See, my aunt was I had an aunt in DC. So I was good. My aunt lived right over. She lived over where Blue is on that side, on South Beach side.
Yeah. Yo, which brings me. I didn't see you on the when you did the front porch with
I was working that day.
Oh yeah, what happened?
That was during the weekday. I wanted to be there for that too. The next time they said we come back, they said they could do it on the weekend.
Because that was dope, yo. I definitely got to see all y'all on that joint.
Scott, too, with that being said about your point guard and everything like that, coming from New York, you know, y'all think y'all the best thing. Y'all think y'all run the world when it comes to this hoop scene. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got the, you know, the illustrious Rucker Park. Have you ever get to play in that? Did you get to play in Rucker?
Yeah, I played in Rucker up until high school. In college I played 1 year. After that, my ball thing was over with. But I definitely got to play in Rucker, and I went to a couple of games over there in Southeast too when they used to play.
Okay, you came to the Palms. You came to the Palms.
Okay.
Okay.
Definitely.
So who is that? Like, give me 3 of the top point guards out of NY. Your 3 top point
Three
guards.
that I've seen, actually seen with my own eyes play. The first one, who's still my man to this day, who I never personally seen this man sweat at all. I never seen his hair out of place at a game. I've seen him come to the games, take off his clothes and fold it and come into the game, was Rod Strickland.
Cold.
Rod
Yes, sir.
Rod may be my all-time number one. Rod.
Wow, Rod. Okay.
Best finisher of all time. Yeah.
Then another player who I just said this the other day, I was playing on the AAU team called Riverside Church. That was one of the top AAU squads in the country. Riverside Church. And DC that's back when they had DC Assault.
DC Assault. PG Jaguars and stuff.
PG Jaguars.
We had a game one time, and we had 4 players. And I remember our coach came, and he had a Kenny Anderson with him. Kenny was going into the 9th grade. We was going into the 12th grade, where he had to play with us, or else we would have to forfeit. He played with us and was the best player on the floor on both teams by far.
Wow.
By far.
That's the left-handed bandit.
By far. Another one now that I've seen is the greatest, probably one of the greatest showmen with the ball was Pearl. Pearl Washington.
With Syracuse.
Yeah. Pearl Washington. But then you had so many. Mark Jackson was one. You know, I seen Chris Mullen. Chris Mullen used to come into the hood regularly.
Because he went to St. John's.
Yeah, St. John's.
Yeah. He went to Xaverian High School. He would come in. He was in Flatbush in Brooklyn. That's where he's from. He would come into to hoods in Brooklyn and uptown and regularly give dudes 50. Easy. 50.
Really?
Not with no struggle. No struggle.
Wow, man.
Hey, so
crazy.
We got it's an age-old debate now. I don't get into it no more because it start fights. But I saw you on Big Face Gary podcast.
Okay.
And Big Face Gary got in a fight with a dude because he talked about LeBron. So LeBron or Jordan, yo.
The best debate, endless conversation right there. I don't even get in that one.
But it's crazy that people don't talk about Kobe when they talk about that.
I'm a Kobe fan, but
see, the thing I'm gonna say is Mike was a beast. Probably the best. I probably give him a slight edge over LeBron like this. But being that I used to also coach AAU basketball, and you know, I was able to see the player rankings every year how they come out. Bron was the top 11-year-old player in the country, 12-year-old player, 13-year-old player, 14-year-old player, 15-year-old player, 16-year-old player, 17. Every year those rankings came out, his name was at the top of that list. Damn. I remember seeing him play with some dudes from Ohio Select, I think they squad was, as like 13, 14 years old, looking at him and being like, he's going to be a pro. Easily.
Wow.
Easily. No question.
Shout out to my cousin, man.
You got to see that. Kenny Anderson. I looked at him easily. Lawrence Moulton. I thought Lawrence should have
Lawrence Moulton, man. Lawrence Moulton, that jump shot Lawrence Moulton had.
Woo, smooth, man.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, shout to
my Page was a beast.
Victor Page.
Oh, Vic. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Victor Page. Yeah.
Oh, that was but I saw Victor Page and
Hold on.
George Brown
Did
together.
You say Kurt Smith from the city?
Oh yeah, Kurt Smith.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you got to see Kurt Smith play.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, I didn't know you was a baller like that, man.
Yeah, man.
I didn't either.
I followed that. That was my thing, ball.
Yeah.
How'd you get into it? What made you? You know what I'm saying? Because you was a rapper, and then how'd you like really get into hooping? Like, you know what I mean?
Well, my pops had played hoop. My pops went to Shaw University down here. That's where he met my mom. My pops went to Shaw. He went to D-Way Clinton High School in the Bronx. So, you know, he had always played. So, you know, he instilled it in me, and I just carried it on.
So you around my neck of the woods, man. I went to North Carolina Central, man.
Okay, right there in Durham. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I got people out there in Raleigh and in Durham too,
okay.
Man. Yeah. That's what's up, though, man. That's what's up. You hooped at HU. You met Kurt. You was on Georgia Avenue. You're an honorary DC guy. You're an honorary DC guy.
I think I spent too much time at the liquor store across the street from Cook Hall. That's what took me up out of there.
and at McDonald's.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, McDonald's. Yep.
That McDonald's that's on the corner.
That's where that store was. That got all the gear too. It used to have all the gear right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got a clip on YouTube too. It took it's like a 5-minute clip in the 90s. It's like 93 or something like that, and they just showed like everybody just hanging out at the McDonald's. You saw that? Yeah.
Right there. I saw it. Oh
yeah. That's dope, man.
Yeah. This crazy, dog. Yo, you know what? See, this is gentlemen meet hip hop meet bruh. I'm bugging out watching y'all, man. You know what I mean? Because I was there, and it's good hearing you, Jay, E, you can y'all conversating, relating.
Yeah.
And the fact that we bridging this gap of time.
Yeah, that's what it is. Hell yeah.
It's incredible to watch, man. And I know when we get off this call, these cats gonna go in with how I keep this nigga's so cool. Da 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 da. I'm giving it to you right now. That I know what I'm gonna hear when we end this Zoom, but with this the podcast, man. But that's why I say, dog, they don't understand what I'm like. Y'all, do y'all understand? Y'all looking at 40 years of the 50 years of hip hop right now.
Yeah, crazy, man. Like
this is the 40 something years of the 50.
And what's crazy, like we like Jay, we talked about it before. Like hip hop to us, it's always been around. Like
it's always been around. We don't know what a world is.
We don't know nothing else. We don't know nothing else. We know.
I remember when I was happy when MTV played Michael Jackson video.
What?
That was hip hop for me. When they played Michael Jackson video, I was like, finally, finally, we got a video on. Word up.
Hey, you know what's crazy, Sadat, that you mentioned Michael Jackson? Me and my homeboys having a conversation the other night, last night. And they was having a conversation of who is more famous, Michael Jackson or Jesus. That was
might be Michael Jackson. Mike might have been. Everybody know Mike.
Everybody know Mike Jackson, and that's what the conversation was. And who would you know? Like when you talk to younger kids and everything like that, like because they were trying to talk to kids like about 9. It's like who they know more. I mean, they know Jesus, but like they know Mike Jackson. Like everybody,
like 3, and she be watching the Michael Jackson videos where she got they sent me a picture. She got a picture of Michael Jackson on the wall. She don't know nothing about Michael Jackson, but she look at the videos and like Michael Jackson. She put him on the wall.
and she 3 years old.
3 years old.
Wait till this biopic come out. All the little kids gonna love it. Just like all the little kids went crazy when their New Edition biopic came out. All the little kids.
Yeah, definitely.
Nah. Your man might be close though. Snoop Dogg might be close though.
Oh yeah.
Snoop is famous.
Snoop did the Olympics.
Snoop did a whole nother thing, bro. Yeah, he got a whole nother thing going on right now.
Like a global icon. People know Snoop. I think it's a lot of people that know Snoop that might not even know that much about him rapping, but just by seeing him on TV and doing stuff, they know him as, that's just that guy who be on TV. They might not even know a lot of his songs. You know what I'm saying? They just know his face, his familiarity, no question.
And that's what I say about Ice Cube too. They know Ice Cube from the movies. They don't know NWA Ice Cube.
A lot of dudes that the word Cube had was like that. I was like, cool, Cube was cold.
The crazy part happened to us that is a lot of people don't know I had a rap career before House Party.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they know. I'm pretty sure they just
because the movie hit so hard, it superseded our rap career. So we went from rappers trying to act to actors trying to rap.
Right there, why these actors do trying to rap? Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
So now that we in this new internet age and people got YouTube, now they're like, yo, I didn't know you was a rapper.
Yeah.
Yo, I see your joint. It ain't nothing like hip hop music. Yeah. I'm like, yo, that was us, dog. And they I'm like, I was signed to A&M. Yeah. I was on A&M as one of the first rap groups. It was us and Rapping is Fundamental with Easy Mo B. And Janet was on there at the time. But we was like, Andre had put us on A&M. See, I was Uptown managed. I wasn't on Uptown Records. We did the compilation on MCA, but then Andre moved us to A&M. But dog, people, when that movie hit, it superseded Kid Play's career. Yeah. Kid Play with that, that's when they did the cartoon on TV and all this other stuff. And so they're making records. That was over.
Yeah, I mean, it's true, Chill, because like, I know your music, but I remember the red suspenders and the hat. Hey, yo, Chill, don't bump the tape. You know, you bump the table and get them, kick your fucking house.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, that's why I got on my T-shirt right now.
A lot of people don't know. Kid Play was not no sucker dudes. Like Kid Play and them, like Play used to hang out with some real gangster dudes.
Real talk. Play wasn't nothing to play with.
It was nothing soft at all.
Not real talk.
He was talking about that on the Breakfast Club. Like,
man, soft with them at all.
He only got with Kid. He used to be around Kid because Kid's so intellectually, he said, I'd be around him to make myself sound smart. Yo,
wow.
Yo, Kid is a whiz, dog. Kid is a whiz. He's smart, very smart.
So he was Blade Brown. Real classic. He was Duncan Peter. Real classic. Blade Brown and Duncan Peters.
Play put the hands on you, boy.
Yeah,
it wasn't nothing to play with.
People like don't
Blade Brown. Yep.
Blade Brown. So Doc, do you remember your first rhyme? Ever?
I don't even remember it, man. It was so long ago, but I just remember like I used to. My first rhyme probably was saying one of Grandmaster Cash's rhyme because when I used to have those mixtapes, like Cold Crush tapes, for some reason I don't know why. I would just write all the rhymes down that they said in my notebook, like just for me to have, like for no particular reason. I just wanted to have it so when the tape played, I would know it word for word. Like I just wrote all A rhymes down.
Yo, Doc, this what happened. We used to do talent shows in our school. And I told Grandmaster Cash, I said, Rakim, I owe you some money. Because Ra used to come back with the tape, so nobody knew what was going on. Ra spit all Grandmaster Cash rhymes. Then he put me on. Now I'm in the we in the talent show spitting all the Cold Crush rhymes stuff. Everybody knew. We had the tape. Yo, the Cold Crush, dude, we owe them. Oh God.
Definitely.
Bro. They are the foot.
Cold Crush,
to the foundation, dog.
All of them, yep.
The sad part, I think they came a little too late when you started putting it on record.
Too late. They by a couple of years. You know what
when it started coming on record. Yo, Grandmaster Cash sat down and told me, and I know you know that whole story about the Sugar Hill Gang.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, yo, that is, bruh, how he wrote. Big Bad Hank came and he gave him them rhymes, and he went back and recited his rhymes. And next thing you know, he was on Sugar Hill Records.
Oh, he was like, I didn't hear about that.
Dog.
It's great. It's feel good to be here to hear y'all talk about this stuff, man.
Because we live it, dog.
I'm saying to get real hip hop stories that you hear like on Instagram or Facebook. Or
you don't know what you don't know what it's like when you outside and you getting a hot dog. And cats got the Jeeps. They had the Suzuki Samurai. And then they drive by and you hear, slow down. You be like, yo, park your truck. Yo, bro. Man, y'all don't know, man. The streets.
It was a combination back then. It was street dudes and rap dudes come back because all the street dudes was doing the shows. When we used to come to DC, you might see Tony Lewis or Rayville or one of them, or the Frey Boys, or that we got pictures with Tony Lewis. You know what I'm saying? Or
shout out to him. He home now too.
With Mecca Audio or Jesus and Supreme Team and all them dudes, like it was a wild culture, man. It was a crazy culture.
Shout out to Tony Lewis, man. He home now.
No question.
Hey, shout out to Ray Edmonds too.
He came home too, no question.
So Doc, my last question for you is, and I'm gonna get out of the way, but like, because of all the things you've done, basketball, teaching, you know what I'm saying, some other things that you've done, did you ever think that like rap was gonna be the thing for you, or you had other dreams? What else would you thought you was gonna be growing up? You know what I mean?
Well, once I seen it kind of taking off, I knew that I would always be connected with it somehow. You know what I'm saying? I knew that however it went, I was going to try to solidify me a place in it. You know what I'm saying? I always knew that I would be involved with kids and just people. You understand? Because I'm a people person. I genuinely like people. I like to hear their story. I like to hear their take on things. I like to hear about what other people are doing too. I'm not one of the people that's going to talk about myself all day. I want to know what everybody's doing. And as you know, I definitely love the babies, man. Like zero tolerance for crimes against babies, all babies. I don't care what color. You know, like zero tolerance with that. I'm looking out for kids, and my kids is in Brooklyn, so I hope they looking out for my kid up there too. That's what we gotta protect the village. You understand? Right. It's a lot of it's strange times now. I remember I used to go outside all day, and my mother didn't know where I was. I just had to be back when it was dark. You know what I'm saying? And you know, they didn't know where I was. I was. Now you wouldn't dream of letting your kid go out nowhere, and you don't know where they at. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. So we gotta get that compassion, man. That compassion back for each other.
Absolutely.
Now, which leads me, so we gonna wrap it up. But we have a thing on the Pitt Stop, man. We have the victory lap, right?
All right.
So the victory lap, man, is where we, it's the end of the race. We had a good pod, but you gotta lead the people with a gym and some juice that just get them going. So what is your victory lap?
My victory lap, what you do behind closed doors is yours. No man is without flaws. You can ignore the laws, but when they come with that office state of federal or supermax, you better have super facts or a boss legal team. Martin died with the dream. Malcolm followed. Heroin swallowed the 80s. The 70s bought crack. Cooked the cocaine. Thank God dudes don't really work with meth. They blow up the projects. Street chemistry gone astray. I'm selling joints and 50-cent cigarettes. Not rainbow. But they sneaky bringing home, they know STDs, rhyming on CD, homo thugs, recreational promo drugs. I'm the bad dude. I'm the out your hair dude. .x. No question.
That will be the first teaser.
That got to be the best victory lap.
Dog. And that will be the first teaser when we put out to promote this, man. This show right there, man. So
dope, man. Look, man, we appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. Thank you, man.
Appreciate it. Thank y'all. I'm glad you reached out to me. Thank you too. I'll be calling you on some stuff anyway, because I got some things to throw off your head about learning some things anyway.
Dog, that's why so you see it was in my mind. So we on the same vibe, man. I'm like, yo, bro. Man, we gonna talk, man, and I got some people I need to talk to, man, that we need to reach out and talk to together, bro. Because
that's what it is, brothers.
It's got to be done, man. We can't talk it. We gotta walk it, bro.
There we go. I appreciate it.
Hey, Dot, man, we appreciate you from the Pitt Stop podcast, man. We appreciate you so much, man. Shout out to you. I want to give you a number one applause.
What's the new project, bro?
I'm working on it now. I'm just working on getting some material. I'm gaining the beats. They can hit me on Sadat X, brand Nubian on the Instagram, Derek Murphy on Facebook. It is actually me answering all my stuff back. I have a management team, but I do the actual answering of stuff back.
That's dope.
So I need to know, bro.
I just want to give you another round of applause, man. Shout out
to y'all.
Man. Shout out to you. Yeah. Thank you.
No question.
Yo.
Hey, Kenny. Where can they find us at, bro?
Yeah, man. You can find us at YouTube at the Pitt Stop Podcast, as you see on my screen. DA Pitt Stop Podcast, man. That's our YouTube channel. Just simply type those words together and you'll be able to find us and pull up all of our material, all of our drops and everything, man. Also, we're on Apple and Spotify for audio. If you rather just listen to audio in your car, you can pull us up on that Pitt Stop Podcast, man. So
that's what's up.
Yep.
And for sure, it's just like that. It's a Pitt Stop Podcast. We out.
Peace.